Now, live from Studio 550, this is The McGraw Show on KTRS.
Council member of Ellisville, Matt Pirrello, is with us, former mayor. We're talking about the impeachment of Adam Paul. He was impeached last night of a vote of 5-1. Matt Pirrello, many people say this all stems over the heated, contested argument of whether or not to give Walmart a TIF in Ellisville. Some truth to that?
No, I don't believe so. I don't think that this has anything to do with Walmart. This has anything to do with TIF. The only thing this has to do with was one man's behavior. And the fact is that I was in favor of the TIF, and I was in favor of the Walmart, and that has been put to bed. It was put to rest, I believe, about July of last year.
Now, there are lawsuits going on, right, over that TIF? Are there not?
Not that I'm aware of. There was a lawsuit, and that, to the best of my knowledge, that the judge overturned that.
From what I understand, they're taking depositions on that case right now.
I'm not familiar with that.
The permit issue, whether or not it's a permit issue. From what I understand, that they're actually taking depositions in that case, and that case is far from over.
If there was any depositions, I think I would know about it, but I don't know. I know that there was a lawsuit filed against the CUP, and that CUP was heard in court, and the judge ruled in favor of the city. And to the best of my knowledge, that's it at this point. I don't know of anything further happening.
Okay, well, we'll leave it there. The community at large, Ellisville, seems like they are overwhelmingly in favor of keeping Mayor Adam Paul in as mayor. Would you agree with that?
No, I would not.
Why not?
I don't believe that there's an overwhelming majority in favor of allowing somebody to continue to break the law.
Do you have any evidence of that other than your own anecdotal dealings?
I do have several phone calls that I've received from people who are in support of getting to the bottom of the situation, and we were hoping that Mayor Adam Paul would at least give us some sort of explanation as to what it is that he did, and some explanation of why he did what he did.
But the meetings, it's been reported, the meetings you have held, his supporters have come out much more than the supporters of the impeachment. You'll agree with that?
No, I would not necessarily agree with that. I don't know who was in favor and who was against as far as the people who were sitting in the audience.
In terms of the attendance meter, the cheering and the jeering, did more people jeered you or cheered you?
More people jeered us, okay. Absolutely. But, I mean, that's common. We don't have, in the 11 years that I've been involved in politics, I cannot name one time where anybody or any individual or any group of people ever came in and screamed and yelled and jeered in favor of something that we are doing. The vocal minority, the people who are being wronged are the people who are the loudest. Oh. That is just kind of the way things go.
Okay, so it's your contention that the majority of Ellisville residents wanted Adam Paul impeached?
No. I would say the majority of the Ellisville residents wanted the charter enforced and wanted us to get to the bottom of this investigation.
Did you get to the bottom of the investigation?
I believe we did.
Do you think the majority of Ellisville residents wanted him impeached?
Now knowing what we know, I would think they would agree with the decision.
Okay, so that's a yes.
Yes.
Do you think the majority of Ellisville residents want a TIF for a development by Sansone that will include a Walmart?
No.
Really? So you voted against the wishes of the majority of the residents?
No, I did not.
Okay, explain.
Okay, that's simple. We held a series of 7 town hall meetings in which we explained the situation of the city and asked the residents at that time what it is they want us to do. Increase taxes, pay for services, amenities, or build a Walmart and use TIF to do so. And the marching orders that we were given, were over 66% of the people in attendance of those 7 town hall meetings gave us our marching orders and said move forward with the Walmart. So that is, in fact, what we did. After the fact, in retrospect, standing here now, I can say that it was a lot of opposition after the fact.
If you had to vote for the TIF again, would you vote in favor of it?
No. And McGraw, I've publicly stated that I am vehemently against TIF. I am not a supporter of TIF. regionally speaking, I think it is the worst thing for regional development. The problem is that we're stuck in an area in this county with a tax situation that makes every municipality, all 90 municipalities, compete for the almighty sales tax revenue dollar. And as long as that component is going to continue to remain in TIF, it is going to create competitive conditions in which you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and you're creating situations in which local and neighboring municipalities are vying for the same businesses.
So if you had to do it again, you would vote against this specific TIF for this Walmart in Ellisville?
No, I would not.
You would still vote in favor of it?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Again, McGraw, the situation is that the state has created.
I understand that. I just wanted to make sure we knew where you were.
And to answer your question fully, I cannot, as a responsible leader for my community, I cannot sit back and let my municipality go broke, standing on principle.
Okay. In that same chair you're in, Chet Pleben was here in studio last week, and he said that during your recall situation, the residents tried to recall you. He claims that Sansone, the developer, paid your legal fees to beat back this recall petition. True or false?
That's false.
Explain.
My legal fees were not paid by Sansone. The recall process had nothing to do with Sansone. After reading testimony, however, on behalf of the city attorney, Paul Martin, there was testimony out there that he billed a portion of what he was doing to Sansone. But I did not receive any money from Sansone. Sansone did not compensate me for my lawsuit.
Did Sansone pay for the city's defense as part of the recall?
That's what I'm saying. Is I believe Attorney Martin testified that. So when he does his billing, he puts a code down, and I don't know all the particulars on that. But what he testified to in his deposition is that he billed a portion of that defense to Sansone.
So
now, whether or not
part of the city's defense of the recall was paid for by the developer who got the TIF.
Whether or not that was appropriate, and again, that's what the testimony is. So whether or not that was appropriate way to bill, I don't know, but I can tell you I did not receive any compensation, and nor did my attorney from Sansone.
As
to pay
a
for my
city
defense.
council member, were you shocked by that? Did you know that? Is that an acceptable practice?
I don't know how billing is typically done, but I can tell you that if in fact that was billed that way, perhaps it ought to be reversed. I don't know the process in that particular case.
How come the city attorney, Paul Martin, never showed up for the impeachment trial?
I can't speak to that either. To the best of my knowledge, he's been on vacation.
Was he subpoenaed? Should he have been there?
I don't know if he was subpoenaed or not. And we did not request him to be there. He did take a full deposition. We had all of the information in front of us.
All right. I am officially out of time. That is Matt Pirrello, Ellisville City Councilman and former mayor. Matt, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
McGraw, thank you for having me.
8 o'clock, KTRS St. Louis.